Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Pro and Expert Division with various wind. Here I'm playing all the holes from the second tee, giving you my best advice on how to crush the specific course that we are playing. But before we have a closer look at all the content, if you enjoy the free content here on the channel, hit the thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel and click that bell button or the notification button. For those of you that are looking to take that little extra step, you shall look for our premium guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. You do have the link in the description down below, or you can scan the QR code. There we do have packages that ranges for all the different type of players in Golf Clash, all from tournaments to tour play to checkpoint challenge. You can find something regardless what game mode you want to improve on. You sign up, you try for yourself, and you see how we can help you become a better player in Golf Clash. Last but not least, in this playthrough, you can follow along by following the info box on the right-hand side. Club distance adjustment, elevation adjustment, also what ball and club type I suggest you to play with. Have in mind, those are just suggestions, so you don't have to follow it if you don't want to, but there's a plan behind it. Let's go to hole number 1. Hole number 1, we are going for pin, and here if you do not have enough backspin on your club, we'd recommend to play with the driver that gives you the backspin. So that's the reason why you see me playing with a Thor's Hammer level 6, whereof in the info box I'm suggesting the Apocalypse, because the Apocalypse has more power than Thor's Hammer. So if you do have a higher level Apocalypse, that's the club to be preferred, because that will help you being able to aim higher up. Now you can see me dabbling around with a Kingmaker here also, and the Kingmaker, I would say, may not be the best ball here. Now, in today's climate where we do have a lot of power 4 and a power 5 ball, I would definitely recommend to use one of those balls instead to allow yourself to start higher up and to use less overpower. Now, the ball comes in onto the green, and you can see we're ending up being on the right-hand side of the pin. But there will definitely be players dialing in this one for an hole-in-one. Fun hole in the mix of all the difficult ones, not maybe of the Sunshine Glades itself, but in general, this is a very fun par 4 to play. Because yes, it is a par 4, it's not a par 3. Adjustment max plus 20 is what I'm using. Hole number 2. Here we are going to go for a rough bump. So hole number 2 of the Sunshine Glades to be more exact. 2 topspin and a little bit of right spin. Now the spins will vary depending on what type of wind direction you have. And that's like if you have a left to right type of wind instead, we'd be better off not playing with a right spin, for an example. But here we're trying to catch a little funnel that is by bouncing into the rough. Red ring by the rough line, we are adjusting max plus 10. And then it's time to center the ball and hit perfect. And you will notice here that due to the headwind, we will land a little bit further back than where we are aiming, because the headwind will compress the ball's flight, and therefore we will roll nicely towards the pin. Have in mind though, once again, that depending on what wind direction you do have off tee, this type of setup will maybe vary slightly. Hole number 8 is going to be a par 5 that we've been playing many times, and it's almost always the same type of play, or the same type of 2 play nowadays with all the topspin boosts. But let's take a look at the more normal way of playing this hole, because this is going to be the way of playing if having any type of wind besides a straight tailwind. Quarterback is what I'm starting with. If I would be having headwind, I would be playing with the rock instead, just to give myself a couple of more yards of power, max plus 10, and I'm using a side spin 3 ball, either a katana or a Kingmaker, to make sure that I don't have to go with a lot of curl, which could complicate things if we are unlucky. Bounces on the fairway over to the next fairway, and from here we're gonna play a sniper towards the pin. So you could hear me say that we're gonna play this type of way in any type of wind besides a straight tailwind, and that's because with a straight tailwind we can push harder on our drive to use a club with a lot of topspin to bounce on that fairway that we are ending up on now, and then try to get the ball to green. And obviously the different topspin boost balls and stuff like that will come very handy here if you do have any of those to spare. Second shot, once again, it's going to be the sniper. It's going to be somewhere between medium and maximum distance of our club, or let's say somewhere between minimum and maximum distance of our club. So check where maximum club are, check where minimum club are, and then make a call to what you believe the club distance is going to be. The spins here will vary depending on what wind direction we're having. I like to use a little bit of left spin here, try to avoid being as close to the rough line on the left. The ball guideline short always if there is tailwind, but maybe not this short that I'm having here in the video, because I'm truly going a little bit heavy on that offset. 10% elevation, true distance number, and even though this is a possible drop, I would say having to play with a sniper from distance is not going to be a drop that you're going to drop all the time, because there is bumps on that fairway, there is a lot of things that can happen when it comes to playing a wood club from far distance. However though, hole number 8 shouldn't be a problem to get the eagle, and the albatross is there to be claimed. Hole number 7, which is hole number 1 of the Santa Ventura. Here we are starting at top of plus 24 yards. And that is with Apocalypse level 5 plus. Apocalypse level 4 is going to start at P10 max rest, which is plus 31. With Apoc 6 is clear by the rough line. That's the same with Apoc 5. Apoc 4, 50% clear overlapping. Apoc 7, 50% white overlapping, and Apoc 8 white ring by the rough. Max plus 20 P0 for the difference between the wind and 9.4 miles per hour. Playing with 2 left spin only, and it's 2.25 ball of right curl, meaning the center line, if you have one of those, then to go down the edge of the triangle. Perfect ball. And you can see here that the ball comes down, and sure, with some luck, we could possibly drop that one for an hole-in-one, but as in a worst case scenario, we get ourselves a shorted wedge to secure the eagle. Take your game to the next level with our ultimate tournament text guides for the Coastal Horizons 9-hole Cup. In this 9-hole Cup, we are doing a Master Division guide, and as always, free-to-play ball alternatives on every single hole, combined with some payball alternatives as well. Catering not only to the max clubs, going down to Apocalypse level 5 plus, going down to Extra Mile level 9, obviously, some other clubs when it comes to playing the par 3s. The good thing with this 9-hole Cup is that for those of you that do have it included in your package, will obviously get it included for this one as well. For those that do have a package, or for those that do not have a package, make sure to read the package description to make sure to get into a cup package that do include the 9-hole Cup, but obviously the 18-hole Cups as well. Last but not least, nowadays you can do a one-time purchase on our platform, so if you're only looking to get access to this particular tournament and no other tournament, then you can buy access to this particular tournament via our shop on patreon.com/golfclashtommy, or via the latest post that you do have on the platform as well. So make sure to check it out. Coastal Horizons 9-hole Cup. Use the link in the description down below, or scan the QR code. For hole number 2, Santa Ventura, here we're going to be playing a Goliath rough bump. There's really just 2 ways of playing this hole, in my opinion. It's either rough bump, or you are bouncing like we do in the golden shot, that we bounce on the fringe. But if we do bounce on the fringe, we are going to have a lot of backspins, and then it's either a high-level sniper or it's going to be the Guardian. So Goliath boxing in the red ring by the bunker and the rough line, ball guideline through the hole. Adjustment in the video is max plus 5, but I would like us to play max plus 10 due to the slight miss to the right of the pin. Adjustment is done, center the ball and hit perfect. Even though there isn't that much rough to play on, a great left or great right is still gonna be fine, as there is, where you look to where we land, you have a lot of room to the right and also to the left. So max plus 10 is what I would like you to adjust instead of the max plus 5 as I'm doing in the video. Hole 2 offers a good chance for a drop. When we do have a headwind here on hole number 5, we're going to have to lay up, which is kind of boring on this hole, but there is a way of getting yourself into a very nice position and playing into a big funnel on the green. If we do have a tailwind, we are going to send it, but unfortunately that wind did not appear itself in practice. Start with the quarterback at max white rain by rough line, 3 top spin, 3 left spin, swapping to a puck and sniper bag. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. We're centering the ball to hit perfect, and now we're looking to be just safely down the fairway. So you can see the ball hits the fairway and then it rolls down nicely, and you can see here that we are safe for any types of grates that may appear. So we do have the second shot, and we are going to play this one with a sniper, doing our very best to catch the funnel. So first and foremost, if we do have any type of note to follow, do a fringe check or a pin check or anything else like that. Then adding spins, I'm adding a little bit of left spin together with some backspin. Look now, when I'm moving my target, the ball guideline is not really moving from the hole, which means that we're playing into a funnel. But what we do forget to counteract is the headwind, because the headwind is going to make the ball guideline shorter and going to miss left. So in this instance, the thing to compensate here is to leave the ball guideline a little bit more through the hole, so we do come in with more speed, or leave it right of the hole, or adjust more. There are a couple of things we can do there, but in a worst case scenario, we end up with an eagle burning the edge like this, but the albatross is very makeable. For hole number 7 of the Sunshine Glades now, alright, we have to be, I'm thinking I am quite smart here when I'm doing this type of play. So we're gonna set ourselves at P2 min line with our quarterback and katana, 4 backspin and 3 left spin. Now we're looking to just position ourselves. The position is key here for the second shot that we're going to play, is that we do obviously don't want to roll into rough, that's a no-brainer, but we do want to sit there at the fairway as well. So what we do is that we do make the adjustment, max plus 10. We center the ball, and now we're just going to ping it down there. Now, I want to be perfectly transparent with that this is a conservative way of playing. We don't put any type of water in play at all, and we give ourselves a good look at the eagle from distance, because we're going to play into a funnel. What you need to have in mind, though, is like if you do have a tailwind, or you do have the possibility to play with high-level clubs and a good ball, then you can try to blast that ball actually directly to green. In a direct tailwind, you can. That's actually a quite easy shot, in my opinion, with very little risk. But as soon as you have some crosswind elements into it, that's going to be a bit aggressive, and you're going to have to flirt with the big bunker there and also the water. And obviously, that's not something we want to do. So for me, my mindset is like, okay, if I'm having a headwind or a crosswind, I'm going to lay up. If I do have a tailwind, I'm going to send it. Now, we are going for a rough bump here, like rough bump or a bounce down. So we can either then position ourselves doing here from a min line and then bounce up towards the pin. For those of you that do fancy the rough bump, then you can do so also. You can see here that when we're wiggling around, there is a nice little sticky spot there that we're trying to catch. And that's a sticky spot that you can try to catch from the rough bump as well. So if I would be choosing for one route to go with in a tournament, I would go for the rough bump. But it kind of requires like a good ball. It requires a good wind angle as well, because if we're not having that, then obviously the bounce down is going to be the way I'm playing. Now, we weren't really close on that one. I guess that's why I did cut off the video in pure frustration, but at least now you understand, how I'm looking at it and what type of plays you can play. Birdie in the end is definitely going to be not any type of issues to get. Hole number 5. Here you can see me play with a special ball, meaning a win 5 ball. I'm setting up a power 2 min line red ring by the bunker. And after that, I'm swapping to power 1 side spin 3 win 5 ball. This to give myself obviously the side spin 3, but mainly here by playing from with QB will allow myself to be a bit more consistent when attacking the pin, because the first bounce will not be that high. Because if you are comparing your first bounce with a wood club compared to a driver like this, you're gonna notice that with the driver the first bounce is a bit flatter than with a wood club, and therefore it's gonna be a little bit easier to control. Now, this is a par 3 that is generally very difficult, and I think players that do have played this hole before is not really, I mean, might be some that are enjoying it, but like in general, it's not really a super duper fun par 3, because you're often going to have to use a lot of side spin, you're going to have to use some curls sometimes, depending on what type of ball you want to play with. But again, is this possible to be played with a free-to-play ball such as a Kingmaker? Absolutely, but then you're going to have to back up and play with a wood club instead. But this is an alternative suggestion for those that have the possibility to play with a special ball with, as I said, a vocal explanation of how you play with a wood club. For hole number 9 and option number 1, we are going to play with the rock to lay up on the right hand side. The reason this is going to be option number 1 is because we're going to have one play in crosswind and headwinds and one play in tailwinds. So max plus 10, we're using 4 bars of topspin and all the side spin to the left possible. And I'm using the rock here, so even if I'm using overpower with the rock, it has such a massive and good accuracy that even with some great balls here, we will still be safe. The goal here is to get the ball to be close to the rough, but not close enough so we're endangering rolling into it. Second shot, we play with our sniper, and here we can do 2 ways. 1, we can go for a rough bump if we do have the distance enough, or 2, we're going to bounce on the fairway before the rough. And I would say this is the more likely way of playing it if we do have a headwind in crosswinds or maybe a slight tailwind on the second shot. The rough bump, I would say, is definitely going to be a very valid play to play. So 10% elevation, true club distance, spin to be just through the hole in headwind, in crosswind spin to pin, so we're not going in and coming into hot. And then we do have a perfect ball here in the end, and we are obviously crossing our fingers to get this one drop for an albatross. When the camera turns around, we know it's going to be close. Will it drop? Yes, it does this time, and that's a nice one to have in our back pocket if we do have a crappy wind here. So option number 1, we do have a sniper, or like a rock and a sniper play, and then we're going to take a look at a little bit more aggressive play with a very good chance to succeed for an albatross if the wind is correct from tee. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this playthrough for Pro and Expert Division. Here you have seen me playing all the holes in the tournament with various wins, giving you my best advice on how to crush the tournament. If you're looking for more content, you can find more free content here on YouTube, but also on our website, golfclashtommy.com. But for those of you that are looking to take that little extra step, look for our premium guides. You can find that on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. You have the link in the description down below, or you scan the QR code here on the screen to go directly there. We do have packages that ranges all from $4 up to, whatever level you want to, and we do have premium guides for all the game modes. So, do yourself a favor, sign up, try for yourself, and see how we can help you improve and have more fun with this game. You don't have to be a top tier player to sign up, because we do have packages for all the players that are playing this game. So check it out and see for yourself. Thank you very much once again for watching this playthrough. I wish you the best of luck in your Golf Clash game.